The 2024 NBA season has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. Who would have predicted that by Christmas, the Minnesota Timberwolves would be the top seed in a competitive Western Conference, the Orlando Magic securing the number 4 seed in the East, and the Detroit Pistons enduring a daunting 26-game losing streak? It's truly mind-boggling, especially considering the significant investment in the Pistons by Tom Gores, paying out $37 million to an NBA roster and over $10 million for a coaching staff. Talk about a bad investment. But in the NBA, the landscape is ever-changing, and the phrase "anything could change" has never been more accurate. A single player acquisition can alter the entire league dynamics. With that in mind, let's explore some NBA trade scenarios that could literally reshape everything, starting with the Boston Celtics, who currently hold the number 1 seed in the East. With Porzingis and Holiday complementing the likes of Tatum, Brown, and a resurgent Derek White, the Celtics boast one of the most formidable starting fives in recent memory. However, the issue lies in their depth, with only about 5 or 6 impactful players, including the aging Al Horford. While this has been sufficient in dominating the regular season, it might not be enough to stand out in a best-of-7 series against elite teams. NBA Insider Sham Shania anticipates the Celtics to be active at the trade deadline. 3 players on their radar to enhance bench depth are Isaiah Stewart from the Pistons, Andre Drummond from the Bulls, and Alex Caruso, also from the Bulls. Acquiring 1 or 2 of these players would immediately transform the Celtics into an elite 7 or 8-man rotation. From a playoff roster perspective, they'd become nearly complete. Already holding the number 1 seed, these trades could elevate them even higher, making them clear-cut favorites on paper to win the East. Now, shifting our focus to the Western Conference, there's a team in the mix that's looking to make a significant push, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Currently holding the 3rd spot, just trailing behind the Timberwolves and Nuggets, the Thunder are armed with a young and hungry Big 3 in Shai Gilgeous, Chad Holmgren, and J-Dub. While they might not be considered a legitimate championship contender at this moment, they're certainly not too far off. What sets them apart is their incredibly deep collection of draft picks, boasting a staggering 36 over the next 5 years, half of which are first-rounders. This abundance of assets positions them as a formidable force at the trading table. One player on their radar is All-Star center Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz. Reports suggest that the Jazz are looking for 5 first-round picks, and for the Thunder, that's not a problem. With OKC comfortably under the salary cap, this trade makes perfect sense for both teams. If this trade were to materialize, the Thunder would unquestionably enter the championship conversation. While they may not be the favorites due to their playoff inexperience, on paper, this would be a team that looks absolutely formidable. Shifting gears to another team in the West, looking to enhance its firepower, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't get me wrong, in a win-or-go-home scenario, the Lakers are a genuine threat to any team. However, their Achilles heel lies in their lack of depth, with the team currently 2-1-2 deep, heavily relying on AD, LeBron, and partially Reeves. The Lakers, despite having good role players, lack the consistency to carry them through the regular season. After their victory in the inaugural in-season tournament, they've lost 5 out of 7 games, finding themselves in the 9th spot in the Western Conference rankings. The challenge lies in winning regular weekday games without LeBron and AD having monster performances. While everyone fears facing the Lakers in the playoffs, there's a real concern about whether this team will even make it to the postseason. The road ahead is uncertain, and the Lakers need to address their depth issues to secure a solid playoff. Given their current performance, the Lakers are on track to vie for either the 9th or 10th seed, risking elimination in the play-in tournament, unless they make a move before the trade deadline. 2 prominent names in Lakers trade discussions are Zack LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Acquiring either of these players would significantly boost the Lakers' firepower, making it easier for them to secure wins consistently throughout the regular season. While a DeRozan trade seems more plausible, due to Zack LaVine's $15 million 5-year contract until 2027, DeRozan's more affordable contract expiring at the end of the year makes him a viable option. Despite being 34 years old, DeRozan could make the Lakers one of the most formidable teams in the West. Now let's shift our attention to another Western Conference contender, the Golden State Warriors. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, numerous NBA general managers have approached Mike Dunleavy regarding potential trades. Wojnarowski himself anticipates a busy trade deadline with the Warriors at the center of it. It's worth noting that these discussions come in the wake of the Draymond Green drama, a time when the Warriors were at an extreme low point. Since then, they've rebounded in the win column and witnessed significant development in their young players like Kuminga, Moody, Jackson Davis, and Podziemski. Despite these positive strides, The question remains whether a trade would truly benefit the Warriors, unless it involves Andrew Wiggins. The idea of trading Wiggins for players like OG Anunoby or Jeremy Grant could be on the table. Wiggins, once known for his consistency, has had a peculiar season, marked by slumps, injuries, and illnesses. While this speculation is unconfirmed, it raises the possibility of undisclosed issues with Wiggins, given the media's tendency to lack transparency, as seen in cases like Kelly Oubre's alleged car incident without video evidence. As the trade deadline approaches, keep an eye on these potential moves that could reshape the dynamics of the NBA. I genuinely hope that Andrew Wiggins is in good health, and any peculiarities surrounding him are simply coincidences. However, if there's an undisclosed issue affecting him behind the scenes, it might be in the Warriors' best interest to explore trading him. The current roster is poised for a deep playoff run, and minor trade talks may also circulate around Draymond Green. While many organizations view Green as a player who thrives within the Warriors system, his antics and salary may deter other teams from pursuing him, except perhaps the Lakers. Given Draymond Green's admiration for LeBron, a trade to the Lakers could be a unique scenario. Although it may not significantly impact championship contention, it could mark a notable change in the modern NBA's greatest dynasty. Another trade that could add excitement to the league is a potential move by the Toronto Raptors, trading OG Anunoby to the Philadelphia 76ers. Anunoby, as an elite 3-and-D player, could be the missing piece to elevate Joel Embiid and the 76ers to the level of the Bucks and Celtics. Anunoby's fit into their system, his championship experience, and professionalism make him a valuable addition. While it may not make the 76ers outright favorites in the East, it would certainly spark conversations about their potential. Lastly, a trade involving Pascal Siakam to the New York Knicks could reshape the Eastern Conference. It's no secret that the Raptors need to rebuild around Scottie Barnes, and Siakam's presence may hinder that process. Recent murmurs suggest the Knicks are exploring the possibility of acquiring Siakam, envisioning a lineup featuring Brunson, Julius Randle, and Pascal. While this move may not make the Knicks favorites in the East, it adds an intriguing dynamic to the conference and prompts the question, can they? The NBA trade deadline is approaching on February 8th, and there's no doubt that with numerous teams on the verge of championship contention, fireworks are expected soon. Stay tuned for more updates as the trade deadline approaches, and subscribe to the channel for comprehensive coverage of the evolving NBA landscape.